Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm sorry it has been very long since this video was even remotely happening. A couple updates. Been working, and well, working. However, I've got a treat today. Today is build day. And, well, we're going to be moving from, oh god, this thing's heavy, this old system here, which is actually one of my old systems that I actually, traded off, built for a friend of mine. It actually has a Phenom 1045 in it, which is highly overclockable, and 8 gigs of RAM. It has been running 2 Mushkin 480 gig Chronos drives. He had one of the drives fail. I was able to save the drive with a lot of luck. So I think the drives are fine now, but because one went bad already, I'm kind of questionable on it. Now, I did talk to Mushkin about it. What the issue was is on the drives, it had a firmware issue. I updated it to the new firmware, and they said everything should be fine now. So, the one thing that we're actually going to be taking from this system and putting in... Oh, hang on. We're moving, by the way, from a case this large to a case this large. So, a heck of a lot smaller, a hell of a lot lighter, and it's going to be easier to move if I have to move it to, fix it again for him. So here's his new case. This is actually the DIY PC Solo T-T2-BK case. This is blue and black, has a 80-ish fan in the rear. Has a spot in the front for a 120, I believe. Pop the side panel screws off, and it does have a spot on the side here for a 120 fan as well. This one on the old case. Yeah, it does look like there are maybe 2 SSD mounting spots here on the back. I'm not 100% certain. No, it looks like you got a bit bent during travels. No, there is a 120mm fan up in the front. You have another spot for another one, and you can put a single 5 1/4 drive up in the top, which we will be doing. The only things we're keeping off of this old system over here is his 4TB hard drive and one of the DVD-ROM burner drives. Now, the reason we are keeping that is because he uses this basically as a whole media PC, getting on Facebook, doing general internet stuff. I mean, he can't legitimately game like I can, or you maybe can, or anything else like that. He's had a couple of strokes in his life, and that is basically, why this build's happening. So we're going from something super powerful to something new and powerful. Let's take a look at the back side of the case here. Solid panel, of course. Let me get this heavy behemoth off here, but before I do, unplug that, and a hard drive out. Now, one thing we are doing is he's getting a nice upgrade for a solid state drive. He's actually going NVMe now, or an M.2. So the reason for this case is he wanted to go smaller, lighter. I mean, to give you an idea, this is how light it is. I mean, I'm going to push up on one finger. Here, let me grab it with one finger. Okay. That's showing you how light it is. The case I just had on the table, you're not doing that with. I mean, yeah, I could, but that's gonna hurt. So anyway, it looks like, just shove my hand through here. One solid state drive can go right here, one can go back here, mounted to the back of the case. It's got enough room in here. It said that it could take three and a half drives. Oh, but it only looks like two. Well, it's got enough rails in here for three, so I guess we'll figure that one out as we go along. That's going to be very, very interesting, because I don't see another spot here for another drive. Weird. Anyway, back to the topic here. It looks like they've got standoffs already put in the case. This is a 120 standard, you know, just a black and blue regular fan in the back. The front fan does light up. It does have LEDs. It is blue, if I recall. I'm going to say it is blue because the blades are blue. Now, overall cooling for this case is, it's okay. Looks okay. Yeah, again, we're not running a super high-end system in this, and he won't need a lot of cooling. I mean, he's going to need enough, obviously, to keep the PC cool, but, you know, his basic comment was, you know, if I should build a new system, I want to go small. And that's what we did. We've gotten smaller. So, let's get into the hardware. We chose a silicon-powered 256 skid M.2 NVMe drive. This is the M.2 2280 SATA 3A55 256. If you guys want the part number, it's SP256GBSS 3 Alpha 55 Mary 2A. So that is his new OS drive. Copy of Windows 10 Home. 64-bit, doesn't matter if you buy the 64 or the 32, because the keys do, last time I checked, crossover into each hardware platform. At least I did back in XP. 16 gigs of Trident Z G-Skill. This is the F-4200C16D-16G Tango Zulu Bravo. You know, I went G-Skill because I do have a bit of this RAM already, and I forget the speed of it. I think it might be as fast as this, or faster or slower. It's one of the two. But I really like the RAM. It's actually in the Intel build that we did a while back. So, went G-Skill. Now, originally this was going to be a red case. Didn't turn out that way. Went blue. The RAM's got the red banner on top. Sorry. Because we are doing a new build, we got a EVGA V3 power supply, and I hope it works, because we actually chose this for the warranty. This power supply alone, at the time of purchase, which was about last Thursday, Friday, 7-year warranty on it. So that's why we chose that. And we chose the Asus Prime B450 M-A motherboard. So yes, we went Ryzen. The board, I chose it for the sheer fact, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 SATA ports, okay? So we've got expandability still there. We've got an M.2 on it. Onboard graphics, everything like that. And I just happen to like Asus. I've used other brands, but the CPU we went for is a very nice new Ryzen 2200G. Now, the CPU and the board did come bundled together, and we chose it this way because it's a budget build. Now, if a decision were ever made to turn this into a gaming rig, can it be done? Yes, very easily. You could just add a video card and game with the 2200G, or you could upgrade it into a Ryzen 5 and put a dedicated GPU in it and still game. So there's nothing saying you can't game with a 2200G. It's just he's not going to be doing games like Witcher, Overwatch, Left 4 Dead, Fortnite. He's not going to be playing games like that. He's going to be doing like Facebook games. So I'm going to go ahead and break here, and when we come back, I should have this all assembled. Ish. I think. We'll find out. We are back. Now, between the beginning of this video, the earlier part, and now, this part, it has been, let's see, I left Wednesday, was in Nebraska by Thursday, stayed Friday, left Nebraska Saturday, was back here yesterday, 9 a.m., 10-ish sometime, and let me give you guys a quick rundown here. You don't want to drive 20 hours by yourself, being the only one driving. Trust me. But I digress. Let's get back to the point. The computer's together. However, one minor problem. And I did not foresee this. This case is not deep, okay? And when I say deep, I mean here to here deep. I think DIY should have added a couple extra inches on up here, because if you put a board like this one in the case, the board actually stretches right here to the edge of the board plate. Now, it's not a bad thing, but when you have somebody that requested a DVD-ROM drive to be put in here, it's going to be a media center PC. Again, Facebook stuff, Facebook games, online games, on PC games like solitaire stuff, Minesweeper puzzles, stuff like that. But when they want to also use it as a DVD player, and your drive juts out that far, and I mean literally it's jutting out that far because it's hitting the board, that's a little problem. Other than that, everything has gone perfectly smooth. We've got the key installed, and yeah, to prove it is open and used, I did flip this around, so don't try to get the key, because as I pull this up, I am looking at the key. The key is facing me. Now, as you can probably tell on the screen here, I blew the icons up because this is actually going to be hooked up to a 50 or 60 inch TV at 1080. You can't see icons from a distance. Even with good eyesight, you fight. Other than that, everything is working flawlessly. I am very impressed on the NVMe drive. You know, the silicon powered one, it is fantastic. You know, this thing is actually operating and loading just basic stuff up faster than mine. I think it's time to upgrade. Other than that, you know, because this is for somebody, the brackets for the AM Force bracket on here, the two plastic top ones and the 4 screws are in the processor box along with his sticker, so he's going to get that, unless he tells me to keep it, which I don't know. He's going to be receiving this. He's going to get his motherboard box with his extra, you know, case screws, SATA cable, manual. Wait a minute. Yes, manual. The package his solid state came in, and the package for his DDR4 RAM. For the power supply box, in here was one of the front face panels, but his extra cords, we've got a Molex to floppy connector thing, another SATA power connector with 3 of those on there, a VGA power connector, a Molex power connector, and another VGA power connector. I think, yeah, VGA. So yeah, it's done. Fully up to date, fully activated. However, I did go through, I shut Cortana off by going to the registry, at least as much as you can shut Cortana off. What I've installed is Avast, Malwarebytes, Mozilla Firefox. I am not a very big fan of Chrome. I really hate Internet Explorer, and I just don't use Edge. And if I have to use it, I'll use it, like at work, but I do not use it unless I really, really have to on my own systems or a customer system. So, that being said, this build forgive me, I left the part sheet over there. Grand total only set him back $547.76. That's not actually bad for a build. And I'm going to tell you why. I went to Walmart after I got back. You know, we had to go over, do some basic home shopping. When we got back, you know, ran out of shampoo on the trip. You know the deal. And Walmart, locally where I am, had an HP computer with like a 256 or something solid state drive and a terabyte hard drive for like $400. But it had half the RAM. And if I'm going to guess that it had a solid state, it was either an M.2, which I'm going to guess it was, or could have been a 2.5. It was also an Intel-based one. So the problem with systems like that is he would like to, in the future, put another hard drive in maybe. Upgrade a bit of the hardware as time goes on so he can make the computer last longer. The oldest computer that I have that I built originally was built by me back in 04-05, and I still have the CPU. I've had to replace the motherboard, drives, video cards, stuff like that. but I still have that original CPU, and over the years it's only cost me maybe $200 to keep it running. Okay, so doing a custom build or a private build or a personal build like this is beneficial, especially now again, because he's going to be using this again, media center basic use. So even though it does have a built-in GPU onto the die for the CPU, it can still be used for low-end games. I mean, I am probably going to hook up another drive to this before I give it back to him. I don't know yet. And give it a good run on Overwatch. Now, the gaming for the 2200G graphics, because I think it's using Vega, not that great anyway. I mean, it's built-in onboard graphics, and it's never that great. So I'm probably actually not going to do it. But in the next few days, this system will be delivered to him. I actually have to take it myself to him. And, we're going to be dropping it off. So, again, everything worked flawlessly with this build, except for the one hiccup on the disk drive. I informed him of that, and he's like, okay, fine. I said, you can use it with an external. I'm using an external. It's not going to kill you. He's like, okay, fine. So, that's, when you've got to do a build on a budget, you got to make a sacrifice here. But I'm very impressed with the 2nd gen Ryzen. It is not running the RAM at its full speed, but we'll leave it as is. But again, it's been a pleasure doing this build for him and showing you guys, not the actual build process, because it only takes me about 2 minutes, really, hypothetically, to put something like this together that fast. Other than that, I will be giving you guys a video as to, what really has been going on here in the next day or two. I do have to check on some things before I do this video, so I want to give you guys a very good update on what all really has been going on, why we haven't done a video in so long. So hopefully I can do that. I do have to check with a few things from everything on my end. Again, I can't go too in-depth about it at the moment, because even I don't know, but I do want to talk about it, and I kind of have to see what I can and can't do with them. So, like the video if you like it, you know what to do if you didn't like it. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell button there in the bottom corner too, and hopefully I get another video done for you soon. Hopefully it doesn't take this long again, but peace out.